Dynamics 365 Customization versus Configuration, a practical decision guide. So, Dynamics 365 Customization. It's something a lot of people ask about, and today we're going to walk through it step by step. Let's talk about what is the difference between configuration and customization in Dynamics 365. The short answer: configuration uses what Microsoft built. Customization extends or replaces it. The line between them matters more than most project briefs acknowledge. Configuration covers everything you can change through the Power Platform or Dynamics 365 admin UI without writing code. Business rules, workflows, security rules, forms, views, dashboards, calculated fields, and data model extensions all fall here. You make changes through make.powerapps.com or the D365 settings area, package them in a solution, and deploy. The key advantage of staying in configuration is upgrade safety. Microsoft releases 2 major D365 Wave updates each year. Configured changes ride through those releases without regression testing. That is not always true for custom code. Now, next up, how to know when configuration is enough. The mistake most teams make is reaching for custom development before fully exploring the platform's standard capabilities. Configuration covers more ground than most people expect. Before any development work starts, walk your business process inside Dynamics 365. Use the standard sales stages, the case routing engine in customer service, or the purchase order flow in Business Central. Ask, does this out-of-the-box flow match at least 70% of what the business actually does? If yes, configure it. Gaps can often be closed with Power Automate flows, business rules, or calculated fields. For a mid-market Dynamics 365 CRM implementation, this exercise alone can save 40 to 60 development hours before the project starts. That translates directly to lower CRM implementation cost before any code is written. Now, let's talk about Dynamics 365 customization, what the options actually are. When configuration genuinely is not enough, D365 gives you structured extension points rather than open-ended code insertion. Understanding these options helps you scope accurately and set realistic budgets. Server-side plugins execute synchronous or asynchronous logic when records are created, updated, or deleted in Dataverse. They are powerful but fragile if written carelessly. A plugin that throws in unhandled exception blocks the user's save operation with a generic error message, which is bad for adoption. The working rule: if a plugin can be replaced with a Power Automate Cloud Flow, replace it. Flows are visible to functional consultants, editable without redeployment, and survive platform updates without recompilation. Our Power Automate workflow examples, 10 real business use cases with setup steps, covers several integration patterns that keep projects in the configuration zone longer than most teams expect. Next up, moving on to what Dynamics 365 configuration actually covers. It is worth mapping how much ground configuration covers before any code is written. Most teams underestimate this significantly. Standard Dataverse business rules can show or hide fields, lock fields, set default values, and display error messages based on conditions. For most sales qualification logic, lead scoring, and case priority rules, this is enough. Power Automate Cloud Flows extend this into approval routing, email triggers, cross-entity record updates, and record cloning without any C# code. Calculated fields and rollup fields handle aggregations across related records without custom plugins. Many teams write plugins for calculations that a rollup field would handle in 10 minutes of configuration work. Let's talk about next up, the real CRM implementation cost, customization versus configuration. The financial case for configuration first becomes clear when you account for the full lifecycle, not just the initial build. Teams evaluating Dynamics 365 migration services from Salesforce or a legacy CRM hit the customization question immediately. Those that over-customized their previous platform often make the mistake of migrating technical debt into D365 instead of challenging whether the custom logic was ever necessary. The right migration approach: treat the move as a clean slate process review. Bring the data, but challenge every piece of custom logic before rebuilding it. Dynamics 365 migration services that skip this step deliver an expensive version of the same problems at a new address. Let's talk about module-specific decisions, Business Central versus Finance and Operations. The right customization philosophy depends on which D365 module you are deploying. The two halves of the platform have genuinely different approaches, and conflating them creates unrealistic expectations. Business Central is the ERP built for SMBs, and it is designed to be extended through AL code extensions rather than core modifications. A certified Dynamics 365 Business Central partner will tell you that most Business Central implementations for companies under 200 users need very little custom AL code. The platform covers financials, inventory, purchasing, and project management with enough flexibility for most mid-market requirements. D365 Business Central is designed for SMBs with 10 to 300 users. Finance and Operations targets enterprises with 300 plus users needing multi-entity, multi-currency, and complex regulatory compliance. That distinction drives the customization philosophy from day one. Let's talk about next up, Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce, how customization compares. Every platform evaluation includes the Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce question, and customization depth is a real part of that comparison. Salesforce's Apex and Lightning Web Component stack is well established with a large developer community. Dynamics 365 offers the Power Platform, which covers a broader range of use cases beyond CRM. The honest comparison: Salesforce is easier to staff with freelance developers. Dynamics 365 integration services are tighter for Microsoft Stack organizations running Teams, SharePoint, Azure Active Directory, and Power BI. If your company runs on Microsoft 365 and Azure, the D365 integration story is genuinely better and the total stack cost is typically lower. Our full breakdown at Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce, an honest comparison for 2026, covers pricing, ecosystem depth, and migration paths side by side. Now, moving on to how to choose a Dynamics 365 implementation partner for this decision. Choosing Dynamics 365 consulting services is not just about certifications. You want a partner who pushes back on unnecessary customization. The best consultants say you do not need custom code for that, rather than billing hours on something configuration would solve. Q Services is a Microsoft certified solutions partner for Dynamics 365 with 500 plus projects delivered since 2014. In our experience, the configuration versus customization decision deserves its own structured workshop before the implementation plan is written. Ask these 5 questions before signing any statement of work. Let's talk about moving on to conclusion. Dynamics 365 customization is sometimes the right answer, but it should be the last resort rather than the first response to a business requirement. The organizations that get the most out of D365 are the ones that invest time in fit gap analysis, configure aggressively, and treat customization as a deliberate trade-off with documented rationale. The CRM implementation cost of a configuration-first approach is lower at every phase: initial build, upgrade cycles, and ongoing maintenance. If you are heading into a D365 implementation without a clear conversation about where configuration ends and customization begins, that conversation needs to happen before the project kicks off. Q Services has helped 500 plus organizations make this call across Business Central, Finance, Sales, and Customer Service. Start with our Dynamics 365 implementation partner, 10-point checklist to understand what to look for before signing any statement of work.